All right, Nick Baldwin for theScore here with Xtreme Couture head coach Eric Nicksick. Eric, always a pleasure. What's it like here on the red carpet? It seems like you're here every year, but you're in Vegas, but always special, I'm sure.
No, it's great, man. Getting caught up with a lot of the people, and it's a celebration of the long year. This is a year-round sport. We don't have seasons. Everybody's busting their ass. We got a guy cutting weight tonight, so just one of those things, man. But it's nice to take a second and celebrate the year.
You had to hand off those weight-cutting duties to somebody else, I take it.
Yeah, well, Themba's squared away, man. I talked to him today. He's got literally like 8 pounds, so he's got an easy sweat, and he'll be good to go.
Of course, you have Themba Gorimbo fighting Vicente Luque just in a couple days at UFC 310 here in Las Vegas. He stepped in on short notice. Just kind of tell me what you think about the fight, about the matchup. Obviously, Themba's kind of on the rise. Vicente Luque, on paper has had better days, but he's a veteran. He's kind of fought the who's who of the 170-pound division. Just kind of thoughts on the fight from your fighter's perspective.
Hey, it's one of those fights that you don't want to take lightly or overlook a guy like Luque. He's a veteran, but he's got classy skills. He's tough all around. I know he hasn't won. He lost his last fight against Buckley, but he actually won his last fight versus RDA, right? But he's a guy you just can't take lightly. We got to make sure we go out there and mind our P's and Q's, 100%.
Themba goes in there and puts on a good performance. He's probably in the top 15. From there, you're thinking top 10, maybe top 5. He's kind of he's a big name right now, just with The Rock and that sort of thing. What's next for Themba? Should this weekend go well?
Whatever Sean has in mind for him. But I tell these guys, once they get the ranking or their name number next to their name, don't be in such a rush to run into trying to fight above your ranking. It's a good time to learn and come and overadapt. I'm done. Sorry.
No, that's okay. Co-main event of this weekend, I think, is the fight that everybody is talking about. The people's main event, if you will, Shavkat Rakhmonov versus Ian Machado Gary. You got to pick a lean you like?
I think it's closer than what the odds are telling you. I talked to Ian. I like Ian. He's just very good fight IQ. I think this fight is going to be more exciting and closer than a lot of fans. The easy pick is to say Shavkat. I'm going to lean towards Ian Gary.
Francis Ngannou, of course, coming off that big win over Hendon Ferrer at the PFL Battle of the Giants. I'm just going to ask you straight up, what do you think is next for Francis?
It's slim. It's slim options. It's 1 or 2 in boxing, and it's maybe 1 or 2 in MMA, right? So it's really going to be picked on the money and the opponent, the timing, all of those things. And if it makes sense, then that's the beauty about where Francis is at. He gets to go to the highest bidder.
MMA versus boxing, I think you said already that you would personally like to see him stick with MMA just because that's what got him to the dance, and that's ultimately where he's the best, right?
Fuck, we're 0-2 in boxing.
Well, but that's Tyson Fury and Joshua. That's pretty good competition.
I know. But, that's my sport. That's what I specialize in. And, we were able to see what Francis was able to accomplish versus Hendon Ferrer. There's the growth in his overall fight IQ. And that's, I just love seeing him just excel in other areas of MMA rather than knocking people out. That's what he's been doing.
Do you think he fights in the first half of 25?
That's a good question. It sounds like he was interested in that, but it really depends on what comes to fruition.
Fair enough, Eric. Always a pleasure.
Awesome.